everybody.
Hi, friends. Well, from beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah,
It's Thank God I'm Atheist.
where we, a couple of goofball atheists, try to make sense of life here in these United States of America.
I'm Frank Feldman.
And I'm Dan Beecher.
And coming up on the show today, Dan, we're going to be talking about what happens when women who, or at least one woman in particular, who believes that women should not hold public office and refuses to vote for women, decides to run for office herself.
Oh, you're just going to spoil the whole thing. Right up front, you're saving nothing.
No, that's how you do it. You got to tell people how it goes, and then you fill in the details.
I had all of these ideas for how we were going to build the story. As
you can still build it.
No.
We can have that moment, Dan. It doesn't ruin it. It's amazing.
You popped the balloon, Frank. You burst the balloon.
Well, anyway, we'll be getting to that on the second half of the show. But first, we have some stories about some things that happened this week. Including, I'm just going to start with the update about Ryan Walters.
Our friend, our Oklahoma friend.
Oklahoma State Superintendent of Schools.
Yes.
Ryan Walters.
What a peach. What a peach of a man.
Christian nationalist piece of shit who...
he looks like the nephew at the party that everybody's like they tell their kids, hey, don't hang out alone with Uncle Ryan. That's he just has that vibe about it. Like so nobody knows anything bad that he's ever done, but it's just like
we do know he watches retro porn in his office, Dan. Yeah. He
I saw a whole thing about that. There's an update about that too. Do you know what the update is? We know what the movie was.
Oh, we do?
What was it? Because it wasn't porn. It was just an old Jackie Chan movie that just started auto playing on the thing. And the way that it was described, it fits to a T. I literally went and watched this movie because I was like, what? It's called like The Protector or something. And there's a scene where a fully naked woman is given a beach to Danny Aiello from under a massage table. And so that's my update for Ryan Walters.
Those are her nipples. It was still a great story.
It's still a great story. I have no problem with it.
I'm choosing to believe the prior version, not this updated version. No.
Okay.
No. Of course, if somebody is absolved of all wrongdoing, right? It must mean he's a great guy.
It must mean he's a great guy.
Totally. Oh, he wasn't watching retro porn. I would have respected him more.
100%. I mean, not for leaving it on the TV or whatever.
No, that's not a good move. But if he's just secretly watching porn in his office,
oh my God. If there's a guy on this planet that needs to jerk off a few times and just chill the hell out, it is Ryan Walters.
Well, anyway, he had a lawsuit that
he Walters or Waters?
Walters.
Okay.
Yeah, Walters.
Yeah.
He had a lawsuit going in federal court where he was suing the Freedom from Religious Foundation.
I do remember this. Yes.
And this, I remembered that it was happening, and to be honest, I didn't pay attention to what it was about. I was like, what a douchebag, right? Well, it turns out that he was suing because the FFRF had sent a letter to a southeast Oklahoma school district back in 2024 about school-sponsored prayers and Bible readings, asking that the practice be stopped.
Right.
They also sent a letter in 2018 to the Putnam City School District concerning a football team chaplain's actions. So they'd sent some letters to some school districts in the state of Oklahoma. And Ryan Walters was suing them in federal court
for sending letters saying, hey, just by the way, you guys, you're breaking the law. This is literally unconstitutional. You're not allowed to do this. That's what their letters say. When you get a letter from them, what it says is, hey, you're breaking the law. Stop that.
Yeah.
That's literally what they say.
So yeah, that is worthy of lawsuit.
Yes.
Good for him.
Definitely sue them about sending those letters.
I'm glad he stopped masturbating in his office just long enough.
Yeah.
To file this lawsuit. No, they were alleging that the actions interfered with the education department's ability to govern public schools. I don't even know how the education department was actually. Anyway.
You have to be trying to educate the kids for that to be interrupted.
Anyway, this last Wednesday, U.S. District Court Judge John F. Heil III.
Yikes.
That is not a promising last name. Said that the lawsuit does not explain how the letters interfered with day-to-day operations in any real way, and he threw the whole thing out.
He just dismissed the case.
It's dismissed.
Oh.
Yeah. I believe
because it's an utterly frivolous complaint.
Completely frivolous.
Yeah.
And so, surprise, surprise, there's one last good judge in this nation, and his last name is Heil.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about him. He might be a conservative douchebag who just made the right decision, the right call on this one.
Yeah.
No, I mean, John F. Heil III. Yeah, he's probably an asshole.
I'm just going to assume so. I'm just going to assume he's, yeah.
Well, anyway,
that's obviously the right thing for the judge to have done.
Yeah.
This was an utterly frivolous thing.
Walters has a response. He says that Christianity at the behest of Democrats is under attack.
Oh no.
I would say at the behest of former Christians themselves.
Right.
If Christianity is under attack, it's by those of us who know it best.
Right.
Ryan Walters.
Yeah.
Is Christianity under attack? Yeah, it probably should be. If it's not.
I mean, literally. Y'all started the war. We're playing defense.
Yeah, no kidding. And yet somehow that feels like an attack.
Yeah.
Anyway, and during this all-out assault on Christian values, all we hear from the left is applause. There will never be a day where I allow these values to be trampled on in Oklahoma. Great. Your glorious Christian values. I'd like you to talk about those Christian values.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
He does plenty. Yeah.
No, let's all honestly, you think they're so great. Let's just put our values up against each other and see which ones have been demonstrated to create better societies.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do that. I love your values.
Yeah.
Ryan Walters.
All right. Well, I'm going to take us to, we have talked before about a dipshit pastor named Doug Wilson, who is gaining power fast in this country, fast becoming a very big deal. He runs a big church up in Moscow, Idaho, which all of Idaho is the bad part of Idaho, but Moscow's in the bad part of Idaho.
Boise is great.
I
would defend Boise. Boise's
I like
great.
Boise.
Yeah.
Not 100% do I don't love Boise. It's fine. And Idaho has some beautiful country.
I care for Boise.
You care? Okay, great.
I care for it.
Fantastic.
It's I love Boise. What's wrong with you, Dan?
Okay. Anyway, I think we can agree that Moscow is in the bad part of Idaho.
Yes.
Moscow itself is actually kind of a college town, and there's plenty of LGBTQ flags running, flying in students' houses and whatever. And now there's this big sort of cut down the middle of Moscow that is half college town with, a few liberals allowed to exist peacefully, and then half Doug Wilson's right-wing Christian nationalist hellscape.
Okay, great.
To which people are flocking. And from other parts of the country, including from other parts of the world. I saw an interview that we'll get to where one of the people they interviewed, this was on CNN, was a member of this guy's church from Africa who had come all the way to Idaho to be a member of this guy's church.
Oh my God. Okay.
And of course, one of the main proponents, one of the famous proponents of Doug Wilson's church, is Pete Hegseth, the guy in charge of our whole military. Yeah, and we've talked about this. Anyway, the new thing is that he recently, Hegseth reposted on X the interview that CNN did with Doug Wilson. Now, the interview that CNN did with Doug Wilson revealed many things about Doug Wilson, including but not limited to his absolute assurance that he thinks women shouldn't be allowed to vote, that he thinks that women shouldn't be allowed in leadership positions, that he thinks that gay people, look, he doesn't think they need to be killed, which is nice. I think that's really sweet of him.
Oh, that's great.
He thinks that there are other punishments that are totally valid.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay.
But he does think we should go back to making sodomy illegal. He thinks that is absolutely the right thing to do. And then Hegseth retweets this goddamn thing.
Yeah.
The head of our fucking military, one of the most influential and, God help us, important people in our country.
Yeah.
Fucking
retweets it.
Full-throated. Like, he retweets it with his own little tagline saying, "All of Christ for all of life," which, what the fuck does that mean, Pete?
Okay. Yeah.
All of Christ for all of life? How about just Jesus for life or something like that? The fact that you made it like sort of repeat itself.
Yeah, I don't like it.
That linguistic turn of phrase only works if it makes sense, Pete.
Yeah. I can usually parse out
which part of Christ would other
things,
people have been like. I wonder what parts of Jesus he's worried other people will neglect, that he has to mention that he wants all of Christ for all of life.
Well, if you look at the Shroud of Turin, Dan.
What are you hiding, Shroud Jesus? Show us your ding dong. Anyway, I just think, it's lest anyone think that there is any exaggeration when someone says, hey, the right wants to take away everyone's rights except white male Christians. No, they literally want to take away everyone's rights except for white male Christians, and they're starting to say it out loud, and they're starting to retweet each other about it.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're saying it because we have something to respond to.
Yeah.
Right. We have something to actually point to when they try to be weaselly about the whole thing, right? Try to slip away from no. We have stuff to point at now.
Yeah.
Like legitimately on the record, top government officials, not just, religious crazies in Moscow, Idaho. Like these people are being retweeted by top government officials, and it's exposing the entire thing. And so it's again terrifying. How far is this idea going to spread?
Yeah.
How much of the electorate is going to be infected by this kind of thinking? But we have something to argue against and point at.
Yeah.
To denounce.
And also, like, before this moment, if we said to a, moderately conservative family member, they want to start taking away the rights of gay people, they want to start taking away the rights of women, they want to start blah, 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 they would be like, show me. Show me where they said that. Yeah. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right here.
They're saying it out loud now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's out in the open.
Yeah.
For all to see and for dickheads like Hegseth to retweet. So,
yeah.
There you go.
All right, Dan. Well, I've got something from Lindsey Graham, that great moral authority.
Oh, yes.
In the U.S. Senate.
Just such a towering pillar of a man.
of he's stalwart, right? Like he's never shifting opinions or attitudes or anything, right? He's
such a strong man. Yeah.
He is the most slippery, like gross senator that you could ever dream up. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, he had this to say this week he posted this. I don't know where this was posted initially. We'll get to like the response. But he said I believe this was at a meeting of some kind. The article is omitting it. Now I'm thinking about it. Anyway, so he says that if America pulls the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on America. That's kind of the big line, right? He says to people in my party, I'm tired of this crap. Israel is our friend. They're the most reliable we have in the Mideast.
Mm-hmm.
He says, right?
Not wrong. Doesn't change things.
Yeah. Maybe they shouldn't be.
Right.
And he says they're a democracy surrounded by people who would cut their throats if they could. Okay. This is not a hard choice if you're an American, he says. It's not a hard choice if you're a Christian. A word of warning. And this is, if America pulls the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on us.
Yeah.
He says things like, Israel's not the bad guy. They're the good guy.
Oh, good. That's great to know. I'm so glad to hear it.
Wow. I don't think. Anyway, I don't know how you can have that opinion at this point. I don't know how you can come out and say that, no matter how much of a supporter of Israel maybe you had been in the past.
Listen,
like you can't say they're the good guy.
Of course you can. When they're the ones funding your campaign, you can say that day in and day out.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he goes on with some horrible things. And thankfully, Dan,
we have a hero.
He's been called out.
Okay.
There's been somebody stepping up for truth.
I smell
in this country.
I smell a rat.
Dan. Are you familiar? I've never. This is a new person for me, Dan, and I think she's an up and comer.
Okay.
Somebody we might actually end up liking quite a lot. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Jesus Christ,
Dan.
Oh my God.
Who is off the fucking deep end? Right. She always has been off the deep end. She's in a particularly interesting place now.
Yeah. She's like Yosemite Sam, just firing her guns in every direction.
I mean, she's on Trump's side. She's not on Trump's side. She's on Trump's side. She's not on Trump's side.
She doesn't care.
She's wild.
She's a nut.
She vies for positions of power. She reneges on those positions of power.
Yeah.
Like she's wild.
Yeah.
And there's something entertaining watching Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
But anyway, she says this. She went to X to rant a little bit about these horrible things, and actually horrible things that Lindsey Graham's saying. Senator Graham confidently says the quiet part out loud. If Israel wanted to commit genocide, they could. They have the capacity to do that. Right.
Yeah, they have the capacity to do that.
That's what Lindsey Graham said. That's her quoting Lindsey Graham.
Okay.
And she goes, that's quite a statement, and is an acknowledgement that nuclear armed Israel is more than capable of defending themselves by themselves. She says her whole thing now is she's like, she says we shouldn't be over that. Like she's totally America first. Right.
Right.
Like hardcore America, like we should be involved in no foreign anything.
So she's against the war, like funding Israel on a, hey, that's our money basis, not on they're doing anything wrong basis, but on a, why are we giving them our money?
She's found the right person to call out. Her motivations though are just very, very wrong. Anyway, so why is America funding them and fighting for them? We should not be. Greene, she then attacked Graham for having no children. which is gross.
It's disgusting. And I didn't realize that. And now I just can't respect the man. Before it was.
Dan, how do you live with yourself? Oh, wait, I don't have kids either. How awful.
Oh, no, we're bad people.
Anyway, so she's saying God will not pull the plug on America if it ceases to fund Israel. She says this is 1,000% false and is the fear-mongering tactic used on good-hearted American Christians to force us to fund and fight the secular government of nuclear-armed Israel's wars.
Yeah.
We don't believe we go to heaven based on how much money we blindly give, how many bombs we drop on the secular government of Israel's enemies. Anyway, she's a peach.
Yeah, she's a real... it's so funny because there's this idea of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. But no.
She breaks that.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care how much she hates Lindsey Graham. Hating Lindsey Graham is the right thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the one of a broken clock being right, 2 times a day. Right.
Right. Yeah.
And I still don't feel like she, even though she's calling out the right guy, she's just so
and she's not
wildly
a broken clock.
wrong.
She's a clock where like one of the hands is on the x-axis and one of the hands is on the y-axis and one's on the z-axis and everything's just
some
going
wild,
on.
crazy.
She's just like nothing. It's like if she were, I don't know how she ended up being in Congress rather than like the favorite person to watch on some weird reality TV show.
She should be throwing wine on other women.
She should be in some competition reality TV show. Like, stick her in a house with 15 or 20 other people and just let shit happen. That's good entertainment for years.
She would have been a great contestant on Big Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just causing all sorts of ruckus.
And just like dumb, but like manages to make things happen. Just bumbles her way into the top 3 or whatever. Just always.
Yeah, you're totally right. We need that.
You would watch the shit out of that.
If they had a Big Brother Congress edition.
Oh my God. we need a Republican, like Republicans only reality TV show where we trap them in with each other and they all agree with each other about almost everything. And we wait for them to find the things that they disagree on and then just watch the sparks fly.
Well, yeah, she's sort of everything's going too well. And she's sort of the surprise on one of the episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Just in what marches Marjorie Taylor Greene to like, fuck the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Right? Just like, she brings in all the infighting.
She's the chaos monster that producers throw in when things are getting too smooth.
Yeah. It's just like, oh no, these people are getting along too well. What do we do? Call Marjorie Taylor Greene.
This is getting boring. Throw in Marge. We got to get Madge in there. Oh my God. But don't elect her to Congress.
Yeah, that is. She's good for reality TV. Bad for the country.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, and maybe that's part of the problem is that our country's so into reality TV. We don't know what a good person or a smart congressperson looks like anymore.
We elected a reality TV star to be president of the United States.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take us to the Federal Appellate Court of these United States, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit, where a new ruling has come out. This one is about World Vision, which is a Christian, it's one of these sort of charity organizations where, someone sponsors a kid somewhere in the world or something.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Which is, probably nice a percentage of the time. And that's fine.
I like the impulse that these people are feeling, right? Like,
yeah.
It's charitable. Like,
I want to help somebody.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good.
I'm going to tell you about a young woman who wanted to work for them. This is Aubrey McMahon, who had just gotten pregnant and was looking to get a job to sort of help out with the money, but something that she could do remotely from home.
Okay.
And this ministry, this World Vision charity, had an ad for a job, a customer service job that she could do over the phone from her homes, was working perfectly. She's a Christian. It aligns with her beliefs and her values.
Great.
She's excited.
Yeah.
She gets the job. She lands the job, and they're ready to get working. So everything seems to be going great. And then she emails World Vision and asks a question because she's got a kid coming. She needs to know some answers. She says, "Hey there, just a quick question. My wife and I are expecting our first baby in March, and I wanted to see if I would qualify for any time off since I'll be a new employee." Her wife.
Yeah.
I
can
did
tell
you
right
catch
now.
it? Did you catch that there might be an issue? She says, "I will be the one having the baby, so I just wanted to check to see if there would be any time off. If not, no worries. Thanks."
Oh. She's not even being a difficult employee here.
No, she's just checking in. She just wants to know, but she is
I mean difficult employee.
Right.
Like, okay. Anyway.
But she is being a gay employee, and they immediately wrote back and were like, "Oh, no thanks. We don't need you as an employee anymore. We rescind our offer of employment." So she sued.
Yeah, okay.
And they fought it. And here's the thing. Normally, you would think that a group like World Vision, it would just be better to settle. Because here's the thing. Well,
sure. Okay.
So she's fighting them. It's going to be costly.
Yeah.
But no, they wanted to fight this out. So initially, a judge rules in favor of the organization of World Vision and says, no. And then her lawyers ask the judge, "Hey, check this again, but with this other principle, this neutral principle of law idea." And the court was like, "Oh, okay. Actually, with that in mind, I find in favor of McMahon, or McMahon is actually her name. I think I got it wrong."
Okay.
Oh, okay. So she won. They appealed to the Ninth Circuit of Appeals. And a 3-judge panel heard the case again. And this time, they ruled in World Vision's favor and said that they have a ministerial exemption. And the ministerial exemption is that their customer service representatives, because they are the quote-unquote voice of the company, they're just calling people and asking for money. They're not the voice. Anyway, they are acting in a ministerial capacity and are therefore exempt from laws about employment or whatever.
Bullshit. Yeah.
They said if she was a secretary, if she was a janitor or something, then they wouldn't have been able to fire her. But because she was a customer service representative.
Boy, that feels like a stretch, Dan. Was she like ordained to be a
customer service rep?
In
the name of Jesus, we make we confer upon thee the role of.
I feel like that should have been a question to these people. It's like, what process do you have within your organization for recognizing ministers,
right,
and deacons, and like how do you do this?
Well,
right? And then just be like, and what did you do for Miss Mahen, Mahen, or whatever,
and
right, like
Miss McMahon,
and right.
The truth is, now all any religiously affiliated organization has to do is like, I now ordain you custodian of this building. Go forth as minister, as reverend janitor of the building. Now everything you do, now I can fire you at will and do whatever I want to you.
But at least the employee would, I mean, I think it's a horrible thing, right? But at least the employee would know. At least they would know that they're like on this different standard now, right? Rather than it just being that, like, this woman, she thought it was just a customer service job with all the rights and protections that would have.
Yeah. Now I feel, okay, here's what I think. Anyone working for World Vision as a customer service representative, you're now a minister. File for taxes as a minister of this organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that ends up meaning, but like, it's got to mean something.
You get a rectory.
Yeah, exactly.
The tax situation is so favorable.
Yeah.
If you're a minister, you're right. Like,
go park in that special parking space at the hospital.
If they want to start doing these kind of stupid things, right, and defining everything as ministers and everything as a religion and this and that and all these stupid protections for them within the freedom of religion, right, then we need to start making it absolutely absurd. All of these things need to be carried out to their furthest logical conclusion, right, and just make the system so ridiculously fucked up that nobody could ever reasonably look at it and be like, yeah, this is something that's worth defending, right? I mean, it already isn't, but like, it's got to get bad. Anyway, that's me.
Yeah,
that's me, everyone.
It's wacky out there.
All right. Well, Dan, here's an interesting one. Just talking about all these claims of churches having all these ridiculous freedoms and what have yous. We talked about a few weeks ago about essentially the IRS ending the Johnson Amendment situation, where religious organizations that are filed as nonprofits, they have tax-free status, right? And part of the Johnson Amendment was that because you have this tax exemption, right, that you can't really engage in political activities, right? We're curbing your political free speech just a little bit here in return for this highly favorable tax situation, right? If you want to have all your free speech intact, we're just not going to give you your tax exemption, right?
That was how it was supposed to work.
Totally fair trade, right? Quid pro quo. Everybody takes the tax exemption because they want it, and then they just shut up.
This applies to all of the tax exempt organizations.
Yeah,
you just can't endorse a political candidate.
Yeah,
you're not. Yeah,
right. And so anyway, we talked about that. We talked about the IRS making a terrible decision in a case to no longer enforce that on religious organizations. They've signaled
that they're just.
Yeah, you're right. The Johnson Amendment applied it broadly. They've carved out this space for religious groups.
Right.
Anyway, New York State has a proposed bill. Normally, I don't do proposed bills, but this one just caught my attention so much that I just felt like we had to talk about it. The Democrats in the New York State legislature are floating a bill that, if passed, would basically create state level rules around religious nonprofits and pulling back this political exemption crap, right? So the bill targets tax exempt nonprofits like churches and charities that participate in political campaigns. It's called the Nonpartisan Pulpit Act. That if passed into law, would codify the 1954 provision of federal law called the Johnson Amendment into their state law.
And they would probably actually enforce it, which the IRS never did.
Yeah. So that rule, like we were talking about, so all that stuff that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
The bill's text defines political campaign activity as any participation or intervention in a political campaign for or against a candidate for office, including actions, communications, or spending. It would block organizations from making or asking for contributions to candidates or parties and from publishing statements advocating for the election or defeat of a candidate.
Okay.
It allows for lobbying for or against new laws, so long as that lobbying doesn't impede a campaign. It also permits nonpartisan voter education, like publishing voter guides or hosting forums, provided that those events are neutral or that they provide sort of fair access to both sides of or all sides.
And of course, neutral just means plausible deniability.
Sure.
Of bias.
Right. But nonetheless, this is a huge step and one that I never would have thought the states could jump in and do.
It's an interesting one. We'll have to see. I mean, like a lot of the liberal states now are stepping in and just saying, well, if the country's not going to do it, I guess we got to do it.
Yeah.
And we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I'm skeptical that this will go well.
We're definitely going to end up with a sort of a two-system country, right? One where it's just the fucking Wild West. Literally, people roaming the streets with guns and whatnot, and the other one. I mean,
I do the thing that I like about this is that if it goes through and if it is enforced, we will have a model that we can point to and say, "Look, the churches didn't die,
right?
Things are fine.
Yep.
So shut up."
Yeah, and look at how healthy political discourse in New York has become, right?
Not that the right would believe anything good about New York, ever for any reason,
right? But whatever. This is very interesting. I'm going to keep it on my radar.
Yeah, absolutely,
because like this is a development that could help, right?
Yeah. There you go. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm going to take us to Erie, Pennsylvania. Okay. Where I want to congratulate Mr. Martin Anderson of Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
Who has won the St. Jude and the Apostle Church raffle.
Oh, good.
This happened back in December. It was announced on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day that Martin won the grand prize, which was a brand new Corvette.
Whoa.
Which is an $80,000 car, or he could take the $50,000 cash.
Okay. This is a great raffle. How do I get in?
Oh yeah, it is a great raffle. And you know, one feels great for Martin Anderson until one learns they're not only did Martin Anderson not win the raffle as was announced by the St. Jude the Apostle Parish Church. There is no Martin Anderson.
And there was never a Corvette.
Well, no, the raffle's real.
Okay.
It's just rigged. It was just.
But if this guy doesn't exist,
then where does the money go? Well, isn't that interesting?
I thought they were just trying to defraud people out of their donations.
No. I mean, I get that. That's one way you could work this.
Yeah.
The other way is you could just keep it. You get the money, and your name is Reverend Ross Marcelli. Reverend Ross, they called him. He claims he didn't keep it. It's still in a thing. Here's the thing. What they did for this raffle,
I'm holding it in a special account.
Yeah, exactly.
Until this Martin fellow shows his face.
Don't worry. It just gets better and better with this guy.
Okay, all right. I'll shut up then.
So the tickets for this raffle are $50 a pop.
Oh, wow.
And what they did was they actually, you know how a lot of world currencies are pegged to the US dollar, which is looking like less and less of a good idea.
Okay, yeah.
They pegged their raffle to the state lottery's pick 4 numbers. So if you have the winning raffle ticket, if you have, like, obviously, if you have the winning lottery numbers, then you want to win the lottery. But the same 4 numbers on a winning raffle ticket is what would get you the Corvette.
Oh.
So like, yeah, the pick 4 comes up, 5851, which was the winning pick 4 in the state lotto.
Okay.
That's also the winning number for the Corvette.
Okay.
And they had other prizes, anything from $500 cash to all the way up to there was a Norwegian cruise to the Caribbean, and then the big winner got.
Does this all go to Father Ross? Father Ross driving around in a Corvette?
Not that we know yet. We don't know the answer to that. But what we do know is that the thing about 4 numbers coming up, 4 random numbers coming up, is that the chances of anyone having that are low. This is the whole point of a lottery.
Yeah.
But they wanted someone to win all of the things, and somehow they hadn't sorted out that, like, maths means probably nobody will win your competition if it's pegged to a lottery number thing.
Sure.
So when nobody had the right numbers, and mind you, now it's looking like in the past he's done this before, but he just gave the prize to like prominent members of the congregation or friends of the parish or whatever.
Okay.
And just announced that they were the winners. But this time he just gave a rando fake name. And I think by all accounts, it's looking like he was just going to keep it. And one of the reasons we know this is because Father Ross has been in charge of the parishes. He's been solely in charge of the parish's money for a long time and is now under investigation because, somehow his American Express card bills totaling over $300,000 between January of 24 and March of 25 got paid by the church. And,
golly.
He has a new Tesla and he has expensive shoes and expensive clothes. And he has, he's been traveling.
Yeah.
He's been traveling. He's got high-end resort cards, whatever that means.
He's got expensive taste
and membership cards for 12 different casinos.
You can't expect him to like live this well on a priest salary.
No,
my God.
Listen, graft is part of the game, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
He has so far not been charged with anything so far.
The pass,
but he
has that these people get.
He has been. He has resigned his position as the parish priest of this place and is now going to be a priest of another kind somewhere. I'm guessing he won't be in charge of the money.
No, usually the way these things go, Dan, the next place is just going to be like, we heard you have experience handling the money,
right,
Dan?
Yeah.
So that's what they do with the guys who go after kids.
I mean, fair's fair, right?
They make them the new the youth pastor at the new congregation.
Right? Yeah, they just move him around and let him go. Like, fair's fair. If that's how your system is going to work, you have to move him to a new parish, and when he starts back to his shenanigans, catch him when you can or when it gets too uncomfortable, and then just do the same thing all over again, and he's just going to defraud all of your parishes out of all of the money.
Yeah. Great system. They run it so well, Dan.
Oh my God. So there you go. No longer the pastor at St. Jude the Apostle.
All right. Well,
so you guys are all idiots. Religious people.
Okay, thank you, because you could have been talking to our listeners who
Never.
are decidedly not.
No. I just mean all these bishops who are just fire the guy. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Press charges. All right. Well, if you would like to comment on this or any of the things that we've talked about, we'd love it. Please feel free. Write into us. podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message. We'd love to hear from you. The telephone number is 424-666-8442. Stick around. There's more show coming up.
Well, Franklin, we have some people that wrote into us. How lovely of them. Thank you so much. So let's get to it. Jason wrote in to say, Frank and Dan, as always, great show. I enjoyed very much. Well, while serving my LDS mission, some other missionaries in the area started teaching a very eager investigator. That's what these Mormons call anyone who says, okay, I'll listen in any way.
Now they're investigating.
Investigating.
Yeah.
If they were actual investigators, I think they would be surprised how very, very not often they would join the Mormon church. Anyway, this guy was very excited to get baptized. Long story short, he was doing exactly what you described, covering all his bases by being baptized or initiated into every church he could find. Between us, he wasn't just doing this as a joke, though. Sadly, he was suffering from serious untreated mental illness and was probably experiencing psychotic anxiety and paranoia.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't baptized at the time, but yes, I'm sure someone else baptized him to meet a stat, and he crossed another church off his list.
Yeah. Oi, oi, oi.
There you go. Hedge your bets. Hedge your bets. Everybody, might as well join all of them. And then when you're down on your luck, go to all of them and be like, hey, give me some money. I need some help.
Yeah, that works if you, like with the Mormons, if you pay your tithing.
Right.
But that's pretty, like, you got to show your face to get the money.
Yeah.
You got to participate.
Got to pay to play.
Yeah. Can't just be a member.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Jonathan has written into us to say, hey, Frank and Dan, the part of the show that inspired this email was Frank talking about the religious sensitivity guardrails he was experiencing with ChatGPT. I use Google's Gemini for a number of things these days, and one day, recently, while driving to an event for work, I used the voice conversation feature to ask about Muhammad's wife, Aisha. I very strongly remembered that this was an issue because she was a child when they were married. However, Gemini told me that her age is debated, but most scholars agree she was 19.
Huh.
Since I was driving, I couldn't do any lateral reading to challenge this, but did my best to ask clarifying questions about the Quran and about hadiths, etc. But every time, Gemini insisted that the predominant view among scholars of Islam is that she was 19.
Huh.
By the time I arrived at my destination, already running a little late, I had not managed to get any other answer. I parked my car and spent a while searching around the internet for more information and started arguing with Gemini. I'll spare you the details. But it took several rounds of back and forth, including referencing the hadith that Aisha herself wrote, in which she recounts that she was 6 at the time of their marriage.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, before I finally got Gemini to admit that her age, that stating her age as 19 was a form of revisionist history to reinterpret what was widely accepted for centuries in order to fit modern sensibilities about marriage and consent.
Oh my God.
And then I went and looked it up. Because I was like 6, really? And that, because I thought it was 9.
Yeah, I thought it was a little older. I knew it was a minor, but I didn't know.
Neither of those are acceptable, obviously.
Yeah, obviously not.
They're not even close. They're not even in the realm. Like if it was 16, I would have been like, sketchy, but okay. But I get it, the times or whatever. Yeah. But no, it looks like it was 6 that she was married to this 50-something-year-old man. And then 9 when they officially consummated is the idea.
Oh.
So don't you feel so much better that he didn't have sex with a 6-year-old? He did it with a 9-year-old. So much better. And
so much
then
better.
To go on, and then I got sucked down a Reddit rabbit hole where Muslims came up with all the different ways to defend this. And it's real gross.
Different ways of counting to 9.
To 6 to 9. No, what you guys don't realize is that the times were different back then, and also in different times kids are more mature and blah blah. It was just like
people matured quicker. That's their argument.
Yeah. Don't worry, they're basically adults by 6 or 9. Then
that would be more of an argument that would work with like all the weird hormones added to dairy products, right? Or that are in the dairy supply today, and it still doesn't fly, right?
No.
My God.
Yeah.
All right.
So there you go. Do we have anybody to thank?
We do, Dan. We do. We have a handful of new supporters on Patreon.
Hooray!
Including Icon, who's now a new deacon.
Nice.
And we have 2 new priests by the name of Marla and Stu. I think we're welcoming Stu back, actually.
Nice.
So thank you to the both of you. And we have an already patron who's edited their support level up to the level of being a patriarch.
Whoa!
So that's pretty awesome,
baby.
Thank you very much. I also kind of want to extend a thank you to everybody who went over to YouTube and commented, liked, subscribed, all that stuff. I think it's helping. We're seeing the numbers tick up. These are early days with of us having video on YouTube of the podcast. But thank you very much to you guys.
I think the algorithm got suspicious. I think we're gonna have to keep going because the algorithm's like, what's happening?
It's like this is taking off a little too quickly.
They're trying to juice the system somehow. Let's put the brakes on a little bit. So you guys keep doing it. Keep liking. Keep commenting. Keep subscribing, please.
But I will say this: there is no figuring out the algorithm. No. People who tell you they know what's going on. There are definitely some good clues, some directions to go, but good Lord. I posted a short that the algorithm killed. It got 29 views in a week. And I was like, they're all doing so good. What's wrong with this one? And I think you said fuck in the first 10 seconds or something.
Well, fuck.
I was like, shit. But there's all sorts of different ideas and problems that we could run into. But your support is amazing, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We have another donor to thank, Dan.
Ooh.
Our top donor, our Lord and Savior, Alexandra.
More show coming up. All right, Frank. Well, you gave away the game in terms of the plot here for Miley Biggs, but I'm gonna just in case people forgot. Here's the deal.
Okay.
This is a young woman. She's the daughter of an Arizona congressperson a politico of Arizona who apparently, at least the rumor mill says, he's going to quit Congress and run for governor of Arizona. So this is Arizona political royalty.
Yeah.
They are Mormons, this group. Okay. You have to understand, you guys, Utah leaks into the neighboring states. They get out. The Mormons, they get out. They're in Idaho, they're in Wyoming. It leaks out. Yeah. Arizona is just chock full of them.
One of the
Not everybody, but enough that a prominent Mormon family can do well politically.
Yeah. And plenty of them have.
Yeah. Miss Miley, the daughter, is a young woman. She looks like she's in her 20s. I don't really know how old she is.
She does look quite young. You're right. I don't know the age is. Yeah, she's she's late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
It's getting harder and harder, though, to tell, Dan.
Oh no. I think she's in her early 20s.
If you listen, she's running for the state legislature, right?
She's running for state legislature.
Okay.
But mind you, this is a woman who has appeared on a podcast and on multiple occasions has said stuff like, honestly, this is a quote, honestly, I don't know if I would vote for any female. I don't know if a female should be in office.
Well, she says she doesn't know, Dan.
Right.
She
says there are a lot of really good women
they
in
shouldn't.
office. She says there are a lot of good women in office. I'm not trying to hate on anyone. But she says, I don't think women should hold office in general. It's a man's position. That's my stance. I think women should, run the home.
Oh, God.
So she says that. She also went on the same show another time and was talking about a map that she had seen that was like, what would have happened if only the women had been allowed to vote in past elections? And it was like, and she says, and it's like literally 80% blue. And we're like, whoa, repeal the 19th. Meaning take away the right of women to vote.
Yeah.
Is what she thinks it's more important that Republicans win than women be allowed to vote.
Yeah. I mean, there were women back in the day were fighting against suffrage. There have been women through the whole thing that have felt this way. Mm-hmm. But there is something new that's like, gurgling up.
Yeah.
From the
but the special moment
of the ground. I heard another story this week about there are these there's a movement. There are people who want to do this.
Yeah. 100%.
It's absolutely, and it's growing.
But the important moment here that we've talked about is that she's fucking running for state senate
after having said
having said all of those things, because the hallmark of the Christian nationalist, of the right-wing conservative, of the Jesus freak is it applies to you.
Yeah.
And it applies to everyone until it applies to me. And then no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
The hypocrisy is perhaps the most defining feature of the right.
When it's clear, it's clear that that whole time she was actually just talking about herself, right? Like her perception of herself and her own qualifications, that's her perspective on womanhood, right? And she's like, I don't think a woman should be. If other women are anything like me, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a little bit of a stretch. But
my mom.
Or my mom or these other women that I know, they shouldn't be.
Just stay at home and don't ever leave.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to really say about this kind of attitude.
Yeah.
In general, right? On what planet? Look at what women have done in politics, right? And I guess her point is she doesn't like those things, right? But also there's tons of women who've run as Republicans, as conservatives, and gotten into office.
Yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene should be her hero.
I don't know. Maybe she very wisely looks at Marjorie Taylor Greene as an example of what she's talking about. I don't know.
Ms. Biggs, Miley, is running together with, and I'm not really sure how this relationship works, but somehow she's running with two other people. Lauren Hendricks, who I think is already a state representative, and another already state representative, Kyle Powell. I assume it's Kyle. It's spelled Khyl. Come on, Kyle. What are you doing with that spelling?
Blame his parents.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's not Kyle's fault.
Neither Miley nor Lauren have been able to be reached for comment about Miley's previous statements about whether or not she should be allowed to run for office or even vote for herself.
Right. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe she thinks, although she said she doesn't think women should be in office.
Yeah. But still vote for me.
She's different, Dan.
She is different.
She's going to get in there and fight to make sure that other women like her can't be.
I'm going to fight against my rights. Vote for me and I'll oppress the shit out of myself.
Tell you, once you get in there and you start to see, like, get a little taste of power.
Yeah. Well, and Dad is just clearing the path for her.
Yeah.
So we have the makings of a great dynasty on our hands.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, friends, if you have anything that you think I'm sure you have much smarter things to say about all of this than we've had.
Oh, no.
Feel free to write into us, podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message. We'd love to hear from you. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, to support the show, go to thankgodimatheist.com/donate.
This episode was edited by Roger Gowdy, and music was provided by the Red Rock Hot Club and Gordon Johnston.
Hey, thanks so much for all your support. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank God I'm Atheist is a production of TGIA Media, LLC, copyright 2025, all rights reserved.